And our next performer runs a show on Tuesdays at the Auditorium. Very funny comedy show. Everyone, please welcome Tom Peters.
Thanks, everybody. What's up, guys? Who's rich? You guys rich? You never know, man. It's weird living in a town like Asheville with so many rich people who don't even know how rich they are. Like, I was at work the other day, this lady is giving me money, and she says to her friend, "Oh, I need to refill my wallet," which... is a way of phrasing it that shows you have no idea how much was in there. Or how much is going back in. On the way out the door, you just stop at the money trough and tong some in. Like it's Golden Corral. Yeah, today I need this many monies. Now, let's go play store. Do we want to play lunch or play store? Which one? I don't know, I feel good. I got a new shirt today from the thrift store. It's a rescue, thank you. And I really miss how easy it was to dress yourself when you were a kid. Like you could just wear a t-shirt that said baseball. No need to narrow it down. You don't have to pick your major yet. Just have a t-shirt that's like trucks. And then some other little kid is like, "You like trucks too? Oh, we should totally play. Let's exchange moms." And you know, that's the other cool thing about being a kid is you get to decide who your mom has to be friends with. Like, mom, I met someone. His mom's right over there. I need to see him again. Look, just don't fuck this up for me, okay? He has a Super Nintendo, okay? I just took Facebook off my phone. I'm not trying to brag. Have you guys had someone brag to you about taking Facebook off their phone? And you're like, dude, you have an actual cocaine problem. Like, you should get that. You should get that in the right order. But there's nothing so disheartening for someone who's trying to get good at comedy, like when you see someone who's just crushing it without even trying. Like, I was in line behind these two little kids, and one of them's getting out his money to pay, and he says to his friend, "I farted. I'm just playing." And like, it's crazy, because he has no idea who I am, but I'm never gonna forget him. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's such a great joke. Like, classic misdirection, first of all. I farted. Hilarious in its own right. Just the suggestion of someone farting. But then, honeymoon's over. It's about to smell pretty bad. But he relieves us of that burden as well. I'm just playing, boom. We've been given a gift. How often does that happen when someone walks up to you and hands you a second chance? I went home that night and signed up for college classes. But then I was like, wait, I've already been to college. Nope. Fool me once, college. No, no more. Every now and again, I get that notion, like, oh, maybe going back to college is a good idea. And then I look at my memento chest tattoo that's like, I already did college. And I'm like, nope. Yep. No more college. The people at Goodwill don't like it when you bring your donations straight through the front door and just start putting them on the shelves. Yeah, I can't do that. If you walk in there and just start hanging up clothes, they're like, hey, you need a DUI to do that. I'm not qualified. Has anyone ever found porn when they weren't expecting to see any porn? I'm not talking about like internet pop-up ads, because those show up because you're looking at porn all the time anyway. I'm talking about, I was 10 and I found porn in the woods, on the ground. You think you're safe from porn in the woods. But no, which means that thing you hear about is true, like the pervy dude who hides porn in the woods, and either he's like, oh, kids are gonna find this, or his shame about his porn is so hardcore that he's like, this is where my porn lives, and this is where I go to visit it. Like, I jack off in the forest, like a character from a fairy tale. And if you find the tree upon which I have spilled my seed, you will be the true heir to the throne. And that's why Bradford pear trees smell like semen. Fun fact. It's folklore. It's folklore. But I found this porn, and it was my first ever detailed view of a vagina. And not unlike my first sip of beer or my first art film, I was like, I don't like this. But I know it's important, so I'm gonna keep trying. And that is why I am here today. Started running last year for exercise, and it's great. I don't have a flash tattoo, but I wanted to start running for a really long time, but I was just nervous and embarrassed because like you could see me start running and give up from your own fixed vantage point. Like, guy went from walking to running briefly to trundling, kind of. I don't know what his plan was, but but I found out the thing people talk about, you know, how people are like, oh, I get the best runner's high. When I finish running, I'm so high. This runner's high. What that is you're just not running anymore. And you stop. I've been high. You don't move around very much. And I go running on these trails, and it's kind of dangerous, but not because of like wild animals or muggers, but domestic dogs and their owners who are like, be free of your leash, run wild, run free. And then like I come by at 10 minutes per mile, and they're like, this guy's up to something. You know, they just assume guilt. They're like little racist cops. Like, if you didn't do nothing, why are you running? Come here. And then, like, I have to, like, kick them away while trying to... And the owner's like, if you stop running, he'll stop chasing you. I'm like, oh, I was probably asking for it because of the way I was dressed also. Like, just use the leashes. And maybe use the leashes better. Like, maybe also, if we're passing on a sidewalk, check with me before guiding your dog directly to my crotch. You know, like, see if I'm into it. Like, he's very friendly. That is no longer in question. Takes more than friendly to get into these shorts, right, ladies? Fellas! Take it easy with the dick pics, okay, guys? Just lay off on that. I don't know what you think it's going to get you. You know what I mean? Like, because look, like, ladies, when you sit down to masturbate, when you sit down at the kitchen table to masturbate, what do? You light some candles, adjust your pillows, elevate your legs, rip up some bed sheets, boil some water. Is she giving birth in the 1800s? I don't know. But you open that laptop and you type into that Bing search field, penises only. Like, I don't want anything else cluttering up the frame. Maybe some common household objects for scale. But other than that, I just want to imagine myself nestled between two manatee-sized penises, just dancing across the ocean floor. All right, thanks, guys. Bye.
Tom Peters, everybody.